Any base now, any base.
Well, it is the season of the boys of summer. But for these guys here in Poughkeepsie, this is the season of the boys of summer extended, because these guys are not in their 20s or their 30s or their 40s or even their 50s. These guys are age 60 upwards to 87 years old. It's the Poughkeepswie Men's Senior Softball League. In its 21 years, the Poughkeepswie Senior Men's Softball League has grown from 6 teams in 1996 to 18 teams today. The league is broken out into a Monday A League and a Monday B League that is made up of 150 players, and a Wednesday League with another 120 players. All players are 60 and over, with some of them well into their 80s.
The next one, you'll get the next one.
And he's going another shot. You get him.
Steve? Steve? He can't hear. Steve?
Jack Sullivan has been the league administrator for the past 11 years.
Mostly everybody appreciates what I do. I start with the draft. I hold the meetings. The governing board writes the rules for the league. I type up all the rules. I make a player packet for every player that has the rules, rosters, and schedule.
And speaking of rules, there are some modifications to ensure the safety and protection for some of these old bones.
Yeah, we have an alternate first base that the runner must use when there's a ground ball hit to the infield, and an alternate home plate that any runner must use when they're attempting to score. We have a commit line 20 feet from home plate. If a runner passes that commit line, he cannot legally go back to third base. If he does, he's automatically out, and it's a dead ball.
And there's also a substitute runner policy in the B League and in the Wednesday League, where a batter can use a pinch runner from home.
Second. All right, way to go, Ronnie. Way to go, Tony.
In the A League, a batter must at least run to first and then can get a pinch runner from there. Well, full disclosure, I play in the Monday and the Wednesday League here in the Poughkeepsie Senior Softball League, and I got to tell you, the reason that I do it is more for the stress relief than anything else, because when you cross the lines and you're on the field, you forget about everything else. Nothing else matters. Plus, the camaraderie inside on the bench. And these guys will probably attest to that as well.
I mean, you come out, these are guys that I played softball with for 40 or against for 40 years, and you come out, you play, you have a good time, you kid each other. You don't take it too seriously. You're competitive, but when the game's over, and you go out and enjoy each other's company.
The best thing about this league is that they draft new teams every year. So in the past, when you're in your 30s and 40s, if you don't get along with another guy, those teams stay together and the rivalries continue. The guy that you may not be best friends with, you're playing next to next year, and things smooth out and you move along.
The fact that we can all be out here doing what we love as kids again.
At 72, Joe Broun has been in the league for 12 years and is a part of the successful tournament teams that the league has produced.
Personally, I feel very blessed that I've been able to play successfully and win just about any tournament, at least once, any place we've been. And my travel team has won a lot of national titles and world championships.
And that success expands internationally, as Broun was named tournament MVP in the All Japan tournament.
Yeah, I've been blessed. I'm blessed that I have a wife that puts up with me and travels with me too.
The Cyclones 60, 65, 70, and 75s have all won national championships out in Vegas, and some of them have won the Triple Crown, which is the Eastern National, the National, and the World.
Every year there's a tournament out in Cape Cod. We've had a couple teams in the last couple of years that have won their divisions out there. It's a lot of fun to go on tournaments. A different type of ball. You don't know everybody, so you definitely got to play everybody honest, and it's a different game.
These guys are great guys. Doing the fields for these guys I enjoy doing it for them.
On this day, the A League was in the midst of its championship game, with Miller Funeral Home up 6-0 in the third. 70-year-old Steve Morris gets all of this one and sends it over the head of Junior Lounge left fielder Dan Glum. And yes, you heard it right. The guy running the bases like a teenager
is 70. Millers is up 7-0. In the bottom of the third, Dan Glum shoots one up the middle for a 2-run single. A couple of batters later, Greg Miller drops a hit to center. 2 more runs score. And Junior's Lounge cuts the lead. It's 7-5. But Miller sealed it up with a big 6th inning. Ben Anker goes the opposite way for a double and an RBI as Mike Rassin scores. A couple of batters later, Steve Morris goes the opposite way and drives in Anker and Gary Lasko. And then Tom Morandi puts the nail in the coffin, no pun intended, when he launches this shot over the head of Glum for a 15-6 lead. Here's the final out as Miller's Funeral Home wins its 2nd consecutive championship in the A Division. 18-11, the final.
Just tell me what it means to win it 2 years in a row, especially the fact that you got to change the roster each year.
Well, Charlie, I forgot that we won it last year during this game. But to beat this team, that's the 6th time we played them, they beat us 3 out of 5. They came in first, so to beat them, it's nice. We're out-of-towners. We feel good.
If you have an interest in getting involved in the league for next season, you can contact League Administrator Jack Sullivan at 896-9508 to get on the league's waiting list. In Poughkeepsie, Charlie Carnaccio for HVNN Sports.
Good call, Blue. He tagged him. Good.